Let's check out this mailbox. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them. But what are they doing here? So, you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbook of dead students gets delivered to this mailbox. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. Go ahead and confirm it yourself. Immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did, you're right. This is Sayaka's handbook. Now, do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answers has been in front of you this entire time. Loaning your e-handbooks to another student is strictly prohibited. Once the act of loaning a handbook is only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I still don't agree with that. That's semantics. Anyways, I see. Yeah, now I understand. Main Hall e-handbooks has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
Makes sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. The cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. Wouldn't it be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault?
Damn it!
Hey, hey!
Making me angry! Now I'm really angry!
What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it could break that easily, but it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. Can't stand up to the 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it won't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does.
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
And Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think its handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. It just happened. Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. I think so. Either way, something about it still bothers me. Okay then, should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the culprit. Yeah, you need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite. What did you mean? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite? Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then, you really think? You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely, I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. Murderous Fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be demented, psychotic killer like that? Not wrong to wonder, but words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. What is that? Oh, same dialogue? Okay.
Don't make me repeat myself.
And I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, genocide is one of us. What do you mean by that? Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really... hey you two. Big trouble, need your help.
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy, leave us alone.
It's
an emergency. Emergency. Come on, please, you gotta help me. Well, hold on. What's going on?
Please!
This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But there's an emergency. Emergency? What happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. Suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. You sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no. And that'd be the end of it.
Yeah!
Okay, come on, hurry. Whoa, wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
Looks like she's headed to the dorms, to Toko's room most likely. Right. Okay, Toko's room. Oh, there she is. Alright, what's up? You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. May as well give it a shot. Door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time, and I rang a little while ago. I'd drive out the killer to drive out the murderous fiend. Doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. It felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But...
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Yeah, I know who. Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her to come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. And after a few moments...
What do you want?
Leave me alone, you're so annoying. Ah, Byakuya.
It's Byakuya.
Sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. Don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. Dude, is that her? Is Genocide Jack her split personality, maybe? That's a possibility, right? I think so. Anyways, Kato, and after that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's go back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But...
Stop talking.
If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. Tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything, and he just kept on walking toward his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Is evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
If I remember, on the other side of this door is the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
All makes sense once you're inside. Whoa, there's so many books and files. So much dust, too.
So, in other words...
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. The shelf is stuffed with flies. Without really thinking about it, I picked one up at random. Oh, you gotta have a sharp eye. You have a sharp eye indeed to select that file, huh?
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. So many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. Oh, whoops.
That's right.
There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smears in the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. Proved very useful while I was in the library. Extension cord, huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself. What else could it be? If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos of all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
It's the home of classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show you just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. What do you mean? Hey, hold on a second, you're saying you read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council, and I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must now know all levels of this world backward and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police reports. Reading through those reports have always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
And this is a complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases have been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in the blood and the victim's body suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. The second characteristic where the victims are suspended. The only ones who knew about the particular fact were members of the police and other higher ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about the aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about the act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, the body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words,
Culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack.
in other words,
That's right. Right there is evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then, Genocide Jack really is? Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us?
interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? Never quite imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you got down on your knees and begged, I might even show you myself. So he was saying he might get down on my knees and check for himself. Oh shit, no, that's... Has to be this, right? Already checked that. What does he want me to look for?
That's right.
Oh my god, like...
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it here, but you can't take it up with you. Okay, here it is. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped and reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had been collected. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Arada, 32, Tetsuhiro Honda, 17, Shohigaku, 23, Kano Icy, 14, Takashi Yoshida, 30, Komasuna Taro, Takefume Gono, Uchida Noishi, Takashi Mashiuni, Ito Yumijima. There was no end to it, but one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way, and at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now, take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it would be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative